Yes, they were. The
No.
first when it was fulfilled while he was still alive. If birds had descended from dinosaurs, as Huxley was arguing, he said that we should find in the fossil record an intermediate form, a very primitive type of bird with reptile features, and specifically, it should have unfused wing fingers. That exact animal was found within 2 years of publication. That was Archaeopteryx, and there have since been many more.
Your Archaeopteryx bird was dated at the 150 million years ago age. The grandfather to chickens, we're told, the T-Rex, lived 65 million years ago. Excuse me for butchering the name of this one, but it's Sinealcloptic gigas lived 145 million years ago, and they've been found with many birds in their stomach. How does evolution account for dinosaurs evolving into birds when dinosaurs fed off of birds? Now here we have the wonder chicken, a modern bird with all the modern features, found 66.7 million years ago. It lived with T-Rex or before him.
Another one that he made that was fulfilled, our ancestor lineage would most likely be discovered in Africa. He said that the transition would have intermediate traits, roughly halfway between modern apes that live there now and the most primitive people that were known to his son. 100 years later, we found buckets of them, so he was right about that too.
I wouldn't say there were buckets, maybe a bucket. As you can see here, this is the entire 400 individuals of Australopithecus afarensis, better known as Lucy and its cousins. And these bone chips are so small, only a lunatic would actually believe that they all belong to the same species. And here is why we have the reason to question such bull. See, most of those bones that are in the bucket, they're much smaller than this bone in Lucy that was there for 40 years. This ain't even one of Lucy's bones. This is a baboon bone. So why should we trust all the other bone chips that are smaller than this? You're basing all your arguments on a bunch of bull. Now here we have the Hadrian knee, which Johansen and everybody else tried to put in with Lucy as being her knee. But the knee was identified as a modern human knee, and it was found 1 million years in the geological column below Lucy. More bullshit on this subject. This is the transcript from the Nova program on TV, where they interviewed Dr. Owen Lovejoy. And he says that when Don brought the Hadrian knee over from Ethiopia, he brought it over to my house and laid it on the living room carpet. And I knew instantly that was a human knee. He didn't say a monkey knee, he said a human knee. Then Johansen's response was, what was a modern-looking human knee doing among fossils that were millions of years old? And to date, this human knee is the oldest human fossil ever found. It is not Lucy's knee. Your transitional fossils don't exist. They are a combination of monkey bones and human bones. There is no transitional fossils. Let me show you another example. Now here we have Australopithecus afarensis, and we have two pelvises shown here of Australopithecus afarensis. One belongs to Lucy, and that's the half you see in the upper right hand corner. And that's the one that they folded over and made a full pelvis out of. And then Owen Lovejoy said, well, them bones can't fit together and operate like that. So he did a power saw reconstruction to make it look like the pelvis in the bottom right hand corner. But then there was a second Australopithecus afarensis pelvis found, and lo and behold, it was flat, just like a chimpanzee's, not like the Owen Lovejoy's fraudulent power saw reconstruction. If your transitional fossils existed, there would be no need for fraud. Here's another example of your so-called evolution. You stack up a bunch of monkey bones and then place a human skull at the end of it and call this transitional fossils, proof of evolution from ape to men. Down below are two modern age dogs. They both lived at the same time. They're both dogs, and they can interbreed. Up above your whole lineup of skulls, we don't know which ones, if any, could interbreed, but we know humans cannot interbreed with any of them. In addition, humans have fewer chromosomes than the monkeys. There's no real evidence of evolution.
By the way, the National Academy of Sciences says evolutionary science provides the foundation for modern biology. It has opened the door to entirely new types of medical, agricultural, and environmental research and has led to the development of technologies that can help prevent and combat disease. And you're saying that it doesn't work. This is the National Academy of Science. And which church lied to you to tell you that it doesn't work?
Evolutionists pounced on the existence of this so-called junk DNA as both evidence for evolutionary origins and a strong argument against DNA being intelligently designed. A popular historian of science, Michael Sherman, contrasted these two explanations for DNA origins. Recent research from the Okinawa Institute of Science and Technology Graduate University OIST continues to highlight how evolutionary theory influenced scientists to foolishly conclude that DNA is organisms not used in code for proteins, termed non-coding DNA. It is useless junk, a press release highlighted an OIST scientist paper published in Nature's Communication that identifies a special genetic reason that is transcribed in the non-coding RNA, junk DNA, is essential for the proper development of male and female productive organs.
And which church lied to you to tell you that it doesn't work?